Do you want her to think about you nonstop, even when you're not around? Forget texting too much or trying too hard. There's a smarter way to get inside her mind and stay there. In this video, I'll share 5 seductive strategies to keep her obsessively thinking about you, emotionally hooked, and craving more. Step 1. Make her invest in you. Here's the truth. If you want her to think about you constantly, she needs to feel like she has a stake in the relationship. Think about it. People naturally value what they put effort into. If you're the one doing all the work, all the planning, and all the giving, you're making it too easy for her to take you for granted. Instead, flip the script. Create opportunities for her to invest in you. When she starts contributing to the relationship, whether it's picking the spot for your next date, helping you make a decision, or even lending her opinion on something personal, you're doing 2 powerful things. First, you're showing her that you're a man who knows his value. You're not desperate, and you're not there to do all the heavy lifting. Instead, you're letting her know that she has to step up to be part of your world. And trust me, that's attractive. Second, when she invests, she creates an emotional attachment to you. Think about it like this. When you pour time and effort into something, whether it's a project, a friendship, or a relationship, you care about the outcome. It's human nature. By asking her to invest in you, you're creating that connection. She'll start thinking about how her effort is making this relationship grow, and that thought alone will keep you on her mind. But how do you get her to invest? Start small. For example, instead of planning every single date, ask her, what's something you'd love for us to do this weekend? Or try, why don't you pick a restaurant for us tonight? Not only does this show her that you value her input, but it also gives her a chance to think about you while she plans. She'll be imagining how much fun you'll have together, picturing the date in her mind, and creating anticipation, all of which keep you at the center of her thoughts. And don't stop there. Ask for her opinion on things that matter to you. Maybe you're making a career decision or figuring out how to handle a tricky situation. By inviting her to weigh in, you're showing her that she's a valuable part of your life. And when a woman feels valued, she's emotionally hooked. The beauty of this strategy is that it creates balance. You're not just pouring all your energy into impressing her, you're building something together. And when she's investing in you, she's also thinking about you more. Now, let's move to something that's equally powerful but often misunderstood. Step 2. Don't always be available. Here's a question for you. What happens when something is too easy to get? You stop valuing it. It's the same with relationships. When you're constantly available to her, always texting back immediately, or dropping everything to be there when she calls, you're actually killing the attraction. Attraction thrives on tension. It's built on anticipation, curiosity, and a bit of mystery. When you're always at her disposal, you're taking away the opportunity for her to miss you. And let me tell you, missing you is a good thing. When she's wondering what you're up to or why you're not instantly replying, she's thinking about you. So, what's the solution? Create space. Don't always text back right away. Take your time. If she's used to you being the one to message first every morning, hold off and let her reach out. These small changes shift the dynamic. Instead of you chasing her, she starts to wonder about you. And that's exactly where you want her mind to be. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't about playing hard to get or making her feel neglected. It's about creating balance. You're showing her that you have your own life, your own goals, and your own priorities. And here's the best part. When you focus on your passions, your hobbies, and your friendships, you naturally become more attractive. Think about it. A man who's busy building his dreams and living his best life is magnetic. He's not desperate for attention because he knows his worth. And when she sees that, she'll want to be part of your world. But here's the real magic. When you do reach out or spend time together, it becomes special. Every text, every call, and every moment feels more meaningful because they're not constant. Scarcity creates value. When she starts missing you, she'll also start appreciating you more. Let's build on this idea with the next strategy. Step 3, leave an emotional impression. If you want her to think about you when you're not around, you need to go beyond surface-level interactions. Making her laugh or taking her on fun dates is great, but it's not enough. To leave a lasting impression, you need to tap into her emotions. Here's the thing, people remember how you make them feel. If you can make her feel deeply, whether it's through connection, understanding, or even excitement, you'll occupy a permanent place in her mind. So how do you create these emotional moments? It's simpler than you think. Pay attention to what matters to her. Maybe she's mentioned a favorite memory from her childhood or a passion she's deeply invested in. Use details to create meaningful experiences. For example, if she's passionate about photography, you could plan a spontaneous outing to a beautiful location where she can take pictures. Or, if she's mentioned how much she loves a specific type of food, surprise her with a visit to a place that serves it. These thoughtful gestures show her that you've been listening, and that alone is powerful. But it's not just about what you do, it's about how you make her feel. When you show her that you genuinely care, that you see her for who she is, and that you value her beyond the surface, you create an emotional intimacy that's unforgettable. And here's the best part. These emotional moments stay with her long after they've passed. She'll think about how you made her feel, replaying those memories in her mind. And every time she does, she'll be reminded of you. Now, let's keep the momentum going with a strategy that adds excitement to the mix. Step 4. Surprise her, but stay grounded. Predictability is boring. If she always knows exactly what you're going to do, say, or plan, her interest will wane. To keep her constantly thinking about you, you need to add an element of surprise. But let's be clear, this isn't about over-the-top gestures. It's about thoughtful, unexpected moments that show her you care. For example, if she's had a stressful week, instead of sending a generic, "hope it gets better" text, you could send a voice note saying, "Hey, I know this week's been rough, but I'm here if you need a laugh." Or better yet, show up with her favorite coffee or snack. These little surprises disrupt her day in the best way. They show her that you're thoughtful, attentive, and different from the rest. And the best part? She won't see it coming. Now there's a balance to strike here. If you're constantly surprising her, it'll lose its impact. So, keep your gestures occasional and meaningful. The goal is to keep her wondering, what will he do next? That anticipation keeps you on her mind. Finally, let's tie everything together with the last strategy. Step 5. Maintain a hint of mystery. Mystery is one of the most underrated tools in attraction. When you reveal everything about yourself too quickly, you remove the element of intrigue that keeps people hooked. Think about it. If she already knows everything about you, what you like, what you do, what your plans are, there's no room for curiosity. And curiosity is what keeps her thinking about you. So how do you maintain a sense of mystery? It's simple. Don't lay all your cards on the table at once. Share enough to keep the conversation interesting, but leave some details vague. If she asks about your weekend plans, you could say, "I've got a few things lined up. Let's see how it plays out." By keeping things a little elusive, you're creating a dynamic where she wants to learn more about you. And here's the magic of mystery. When she's curious, she's thinking about you. She'll wonder what you're up to, what you're thinking, and what makes you tick. That curiosity keeps you in her mind, even when you're not around. But remember, mystery isn't about being secretive or evasive. It's about creating layers. When she realizes there's always more to discover about you, she'll stay intrigued.